Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an episode of The Burning Truth. A few technical difficulties to start the day off.
Great way to start.
Great way to start.
But we haven't just got technical difficulties.
I've managed to fuck off the man that can't fuck off properly.
How did you do it?
Well,
He's gone.
I don't know if you remember 2 weeks ago, I did threaten someone with a chair, which I'm holding here, which is a little bit battered and bruised. And I did say, if one more person interrupted me, I would put them on an injured list.
And folks, just so you know, it wasn't me.
So, I'm the man that can't fuck off properly is fucked off to do a wrestling show.
He's currently busy.
We can't afford to miss 2 weeks in a row without the three of us. Last week I was self-inflicted incapacitated due to excess Jaeger, vodka and whatever else I consumed.
And I believe
you and Kelsey were wrestling. So
actually, you know, pulling our weight.
Yeah, you know, actually working for a change, and I had a Saturday to myself, so I thought, you know what, I'll play catch up with a couple of people. Instead of playing catch up, I ended up writing Sunday off due to the worst hangover in the world.
Writing Sunday off? You didn't just write it off, you buried it.
Yeah. It's this bad that Matt came to where I live, knocked on the door, and I came down, and you could probably get pissed by standing in front of me.
Well, you know, I had to be careful, you know, especially driving, because I was thinking to myself, if I get pulled over just from the stench, I'm done.
I deserved a percentage sign on the front of my shirt that day.
What, 0.5 blood?
But no, so we're back. It's just the two of us. There's a song somewhere for that.
Just the two. Oh, wait. we better stop.
There's a candle in the middle of the office. So it's the two of us. Nostalgic times ahead.
A bit of a classic, you know. We've gone to a bit of an old time.
Yeah, I've paid homage to the Dark Destroyer, the Eater of Worlds, that is the British man that can't fuck off properly. You know, if he was here, he would like the background that's in the office today, but he isn't. So we're paying homage to him.
It's you know, the homage is still there. We've kept tradition.
Yeah. So for those of you that listened, us for Mr. Kelsey, he will be back next week.
He will be back next week, and most likely probably beat up, bruised.
Yeah,
so we can put more fun at him.
Finger poke of doom time.
Finger poke of doom. Oh, good lord.
Bring a taser out like Kevin Nash in Scott Hall.
Oh, the nightmares.
Right, so a quick little catch up, because today Americans have been moaning because for once in their life they've actually had to stay up for a WWE pay-per-view / special event, and all of them, I can actually say this, welcome to our world. You stay up for something and you think it's a disappointment, but we think it's awesome.
I did actually wonder when you were going to start off with this.
So the Beast from the East occurred today. The Yanks got it at 5:30 in the morning, which, in all fairness, isn't that bad if you want. It isn't that bad, you know.
It's a weekend.
Yeah, you know, it isn't like you have to stay up until 1 o'clock in the morning.
On a Monday.
On a Monday. Go sleep at 4 and then get back up at 7 so you can go work.
Yeah, or you know, you have to stay, you know, until, you know, for a pay-per-view as well. It's the same, you know, with us. We get it from not just the pay-per-view end, we also get it on the regular schedule programming.
Yeah.
Except for SmackDown, which
pre-recorded and sent out about 10 o'clock on a Friday night.
Which is fair enough.
It's reasonable timing, you know. I can kind of deal with that if I want out on the pop.
But it's not live.
No.
Which is takes the edge away.
So, what did you think of the Beast of the East?
Shall we get
Beast from the East?
Shall we get straight to the point over what happened during the supposed, you know, the big scheduled super match that was scheduled for the Beast?
So, it wasn't really a super match, it was more like a super squash.
Super squash? Announce the man dead?
It was Suplex City in Japanese.
Pretty much.
And Big E taking one hell of a F5.
He got killed. It was just destruction.
If they wanted to put like a spectacle on and make Brock Lesnar work more than 3 minutes, I think a better match would have been Jericho versus Lesnar.
Pretty much, but they wanted to show.
We would have missed out on the classic that was Neville Jericho.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, you wouldn't have had such a moment of Kofi going no before getting no before getting killed.
Who does he think is Daniel Bryan?
Well, I think he thought I'll try to Daniel Bryan see if the crowd go with me, and no, didn't work.
However, he did get a Kofi chant.
Yeah,
Just so Brock Lesnar could suplex him
him.
some more. It was like a perverse face chant.
It was like, come on, Kofi, get down so you can get killed again.
We love you that much, Kofi. We want you to take more punishment from the Beast Incarnate.
Take more punishment. The first one, the first German suplex, I saw him take. I just went, game over, you're done. Just... Oh man, I was thinking to myself, he's got 2 choices here. You know, the only way he's getting out alive is if he literally gets himself counted out. But he's going to have to crawl to get there after he's been German suplexed.
Or he should have like thrown in the towel right at the beginning. You know what?
Just start tapping and just leave.
There you go. Gone.
Oh, destruction.
But
Absolute destruction.
It just felt like a live house show, which is basically what it was.
Mm.
The reason why they advertised it is because Brock Lesnar was wrestling, and
wasn't
Vince sees Brock Lesnar as, if you're going to wrestle a house show, I might as well put a camera in there so we can watch it.
It wasn't just that though. You also had the NXT.
I know, but NXT normally have a match on there. That was the only title match on the whole special.
Which surprised me because I would have thought that would have been the last match.
Sorry, the Divas had a title match as well, so there was two title matches. But why not have the Intercontinental title defended? Why not have a US title match? Why not have Seth Rollins go against Dean Ambrose?
Who knows?
Where are the tag team championships at this event?
Probably one's being, probably doing the thing that got him the award of being Dad of the Year.
And
taking his kids out.
And the other one's going around the gay pride festivals.
So they're currently doing
which I have no problem with.
Which we've got no problem with,
But I think if you're going to do a special, you should put out the best card you can. And I'm sorry, that was not the best card WWE could have put out.
Fair enough, but
there was missing a lot of star power.
I think they were more or less aiming for the nostalgia, the crowd, the wrestlers that, that have been known to wrestle in that area before they were more famous in WWE.
You telling me Dean Ambrose once we got over with that crowd?
I'm not saying that. No. I'm saying
if they were going to do that, they should have given NXT 2 more matches.
No, not denying that one.
Like, they should have put 3 hours and gone, this is a cooperation between the main roster and NXT. And instead of sending the normal Divas out there, they should have sent an NXT Divas match out there.
Yeah.
Because that would have got a standing ovation.
Yeah. But they probably didn't want to have the NXT girls overshadowing the main roster. As much as at times we could argue that people are saying hashtag give Divas a chance, they are getting given a chance, but on a different show.
Like, different point, just moving a little bit closer to America. Have you heard where the next NXT special is going to be held from?
Is it Brooklyn or New York? Brooklyn?
Same arena as SummerSlam and Raw. So for 3 days, you've got Raw. SummerSlam's going to have to be one hell of a pay-per-view to follow up an NXT special.
Agreed. Because NXT seems when they're doing a special, they seem to just.
There's 6 gear, and then certain cars have that 7th gear.
Oh no! You mean sports mode?
Like, excuse me, this is an exotic car, like I am a Bugatti. But no, it's.
I like how you got your car reference in there. Do like that.
But they're there just to put a show on, and it is a show. Like, they don't focus on all the things that the main roster does. It does basics, and it does them well.
Why, it's something.
Let the feud tell the story.
Yeah. Let the matches tell the story. Let the work, show out.
Yeah. So that's an interesting thing. I think NXT could steal the weekend there, and if it does, Vince McMahon will be throwing things around around Titan Towers.
Possibly. While Triple H is going, we'll sort it out, while sniggering in the corner saying, got one over.
Suck it. You got Trips there just going, sorry, Dad, but I've got the better brand.
Oh.
And you got Stephanie there going, honey, just don't wind him up.
He will find a way to end you.
Now, we covered very briefly on the last episode we did how talents were being given a chance to go to NXT if they wanted to get more ring time. Yep. Like your Zack Ryders.
Yes.
What do you think of the hype, bros?
Didn't expect it.
It's awesome though, isn't it? What a concept.
What an idea. Good concept, good idea. It's a good way of getting some talents that are already over, helping younger talents to get over.
Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder. That is a good tag team.
I don't know why though, but I can see it on NXT, but I can't see it on Raw.
I can't see it on Raw, but I think NXT will soon be a separate entity. Like you won't.
I think it should be.
Like you won't see people transferring over to Raw as often.
Yeah.
In the next 12 to 18 months. After the next 12 to 18 months, when the talent's transferred over that they need.
Yeah.
I think you'll see like less talent going over. I think you'll see like people like Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe stay in NXT.
Possible. So basically what you're next to our talent, we're keeping them.
No. I see Triple H going, this can make a lot more money if we didn't take some of the talents out of it. Because, imagine how much tickets must be to go watch an NXT show.
Probably not as expensive as Raw, but who knows, that could change.
I don't know. If you're an indie fan, you would probably pay more for a ticket to go watch the people you used to enjoy watching at ROH. Because it's like NXT is turning into like a supercard for internet fans.
Well, it's sort of a bit of the ROH, PWG,
TNA. Basically any... Like, you can even include ICW in there because of Prince Devitt.
You could. You could.
But it's basically like the biggest stars on the independent scene have all come to one promotion, and if you wanted to see them all in one place and see some of the dream matches that you've had before, minus a few, because there are still a few big independent stars that don't want to go to WWE.
That's their choice.
Yeah, because they feel they can make more money on the independents, like the Young Bucks.
Yep.
AJ Styles could make the move soon, though.
Who knows?
But, say a ticket to WWE is a standard ticket. I'm not including the front row, because the front rows are always overpriced, but... Say 6th, 7th row for a WWE show was 35 quid.
Yep.
An indie show, they could charge you maybe 50, 60 pound. The WWE Cup, because it's their logo, but with all the names you want to see. Could you imagine, say if you want to see Samoa Joe versus Prince Devitt?
You can.
You can now, but we're going to charge you through the nose for it.
But at the moment, WWE aren't.
You want to see decent women's wrestling? We'll make you pay for it. But we'll give it you.
At the moment, I think WWE aren't actually doing that, having them charge more for NXT.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But
could happen. Could happen.
Ric Flair's already said that NXT is better than Ring of Honor, TNA, and any other independent circuit out there. And he said that on Wrestle Talk TV.
And can many argue with it? Can many?
There'd be a couple of people that would go, well, it hasn't got Mike Bennett and people like that, but...
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole might be coming over.
Yeah.
Might be having a trial.
However, I can't see the Adam Cole character
No.
being involved in WWE. There's no way.
He is rumoured to be having a trial soon. Adam there.
You think? And possibly bring back Maria Kanellis. However,
It all depends on the balance.
well, it doesn't just depend on the balance. It also sort of depends on if Maria would be willing to come back if the balance are there as well.
But there's a whole load of possibilities now, because if NXT becomes its own
Entity.
they might never have to see each other apart from special pay-per-views.
And so basically what you're saying is, you're there, but I can just tolerate because it's one night only.
Yeah, I have to see you one night out of every 3 months. I can deal with that.
Fair enough, fair enough.
You know, like, I only have to see you one out of every 7 days. I can tolerate that. It don't make me want to RKO you out of nowhere.
You have to keep bringing that up, don't you?
Just like you have to keep reminding the man that can't fuck off properly but has fucked off properly that you own 4 victories over him.
I don't remind him. I haven't reminded him every week. I can't remind him this week.
Well, you just have, because he'll listen to this and he'll go, even when I'm not there, that cunt still reminds me that I've lost
I
to
didn't bring it up!
But you've just said it.
I didn't bring it up, you did!
But you just went, I don't remind him every week that I beat him.
Quit beating on him.
No,
Beating
I
him
won't
up.
beat him up. I won't beat
He's
him
not
up.
here to defend himself. You bully.
I'm the bully.
Yeah?
I'm the bully.
Yes?
That's Rich coming from the bully.
Former bully.
Yeah.
Former.
So, that's the NXT discussions. We've got a couple of injuries again. Why? See, now, this is where that Vince and Triple H need to be careful. Because NXT are getting more injuries.
It's the style.
Because they're
Some
going
people could-
balls to the wall, aren't they? Oh, every
But they're
match.
having to keep, sort of try and keep the focus on them. Because if you got WWE looking at you with a microscope and you show any signs of weakness...
Because Sasha Banks was injured. She's just come back.
Yep.
Now, her opponent's injured and he'll be back in a couple of weeks. Becky Lynch.
It's not good.
Bayley's broke her hand,
Ouch.
but is still wrestling a little bit. You know, loads of people have wrestled with a broken hand. I don't understand why, but they still do
No
it.
comment.
You know,
It's that argument we've had before, where if someone's injured, but if they can wrestle, they will do. They don't. It's always going to be that argument.
well, that's what Becky Lynch's argument was. She thought she could work through it, and she aggravated it in a match with, I forget what her name was. So she's had to take a month out to heal up, but she'll be back at the next set of tapings, which is good news because she is unbelievable.
Big fan.
Unbelievable. Now she's
Unbelievable.
Now she's found a gimmick that suits her. It's good. And I find it quite amusing that... What the fuck has just happened there?
Don't worry.
So, I find it quite amusing that you've got Balor with the demon gimmick, and now you've actually got Becky Lynch with the...
Yeah.
With that little cartoon gimmick, like from...
Steampunk.
Yeah.
Sort of vibe thing.
From Fight of the Gathering or whatever it was. And so they're both drawing in from like their love of anime and like mythologies.
It's not just about their mythologies. It's like the old saying: the best, as they always say, the best gimmick is usually the ones that are mostly related to themselves.
It is an extension of yourself, but turned up to 10.
Correct.
With the volume turned up to 10, which is why it worked for Ric Flair, which is why it worked for Shawn Michaels, because Shawn Michaels thought he was the showstopper. Bret Hart thought he was the best there was, the best there is.
The best there will be.
You know, but I wouldn't give half his matches a 4 out of 10. I got it in there! I got the reference in there! Triple H won't even make my best top 200 comment. That was brilliant. that's a discussion for another day.
Why do I get the feeling that we're going to be hearing? We're either going to be hearing, we're going to be getting emails, or at some point be having to get lawyers with you around. It's.
That was only that was a Bret Hart joke, because he said that if I have to explain myself, it's falling on deaf ears.
Correct. Leave it where it is. Leave it where it is. It's gone.
I've now lost Matt Burns.
You haven't lost me.
He's there. He's just gone. He's gone. He doesn't want it anymore. So, where else are we at the moment in wrestling? I know you've had a couple of shows. You've beaten Italian.
Yeah.
Did you have Mick in the corner and going, "I'm gonna make you eat Liner and Craft Thunder, kid"?
No. I'll an old, bit of tribute to ECW. Where's your pizza? Where it's really R-rated him. And
did you call him Mario?
After he dropped on my head a few times.
Try passing him a mushroom, make him go a bit bigger.
Oh, no comments on that, cuz. Oh, wait, we better stop. Do.
So what happened with United Wrestling then?
Well, at United we had a few nice surprises. We even had a twist toward for the Money in the Bank. Originally, from what was originally scheduled, it seemed like there was going to be 5 of us, but there's now a 6 person in, which culminated, which got explained from the start of the night, because Scott Scarlett came out wanting to speak about the issue that he's got with AJ Hughes, who's previously been on this podcast. And as everybody knows, he at times when he's got his mind on something, he does actually speak it. It's just getting the words out of him.
Yeah, you just actually have to get his head in the game, the sheep shagger.
I didn't say it. I'm not saying it.
It's fine. I've called him a sheep shagger before.
I'm just declaring. I'm not saying this. It's not me.
We may shag them, but you bloody eat them.
I'm not decreeing that. I'm not decreeing that. It's a nice try. But what was so surprising, he called out AJ Hughes to have this discussion, and instead it ended up being a 2-on-1 confrontation with Syntax. Basically getting the jump on Scott. Now everyone's thinking, why is Syntax involved?
Has Scott repackaged himself?
How do you
with
mean?
a new gimmick? Because I noticed he had a new nickname. He wasn't the quintessential Stokey.
Go on.
He had another nickname when I was reading through the write-up report, because I couldn't make it to watch the show. So they give him a new nickname, I think, or he's given himself a new nickname. Is he repackaging himself? Is he? What's happening?
I don't actually...
Talk to me.
Just because I wrestle there doesn't mean I know all the...
I know, but you and Scott, same locker room, you must have a bit of gossip on why he's repackaging himself.
He seems to be going down a bit of a new look, a bit more of a colour vibrance and whatnot, which is good, because he seems to be getting a bit of his mojo back. He's getting on a bit of a roll now. The only problem is, I'm not looking forward to his...
The good old Money in the Bank elimination match.
Which we'll get to that.
Is it elimination or is it one fall to a finish?
It's elimination. So it's going to be every man for himself in that regard.
Is it top rope or is it pinfalls?
Pinfalls.
Are pinfalls in the ring or everywhere?
Most likely in the ring. Pinfall submissions.
Now, from a personal standpoint, would you prefer Money in the Bank to be a pinfall environment, or would you prefer it to be a ladder environment? Because when I look at Money in the Bank, and this is me as an outside fan, I know it's safer for your body and everything like that.
Be someone who's actually been in the Money in the Bank with a ladder.
But from a fan perspective, I see Money in the Bank as a briefcase 15 foot above a ring with 6 people, and that part of the match is fine, there's 6 people. But if you're going around for that, why haven't they called it like a number one, just like a normal number one contenders match? Because it sort of takes away from what Money in the Bank has been projected as over the years. Because Money in the Bank, I think, should be kept as a ladder concept. That's me. Because it started off as a ladder concept, and I think that's what it should end as.
It's not. In all fairness, United Wrestling isn't the only company that's actually used this concept.
I know, but which is why I've said, do you prefer it as that concept because it's a bit safer environment to work in? Or would you prefer it to be kept in its original form?
Hard to say because it's different dynamics. It's different dynamics because a ladder match, everyone, there's always that high danger. And believe me, I ought to know because I've actually been in one before where, surprisingly, I have no idea how I managed it, won it. But it involved me coming off the ladder twice.
Third time's a lady.
Luckily, no, the third time didn't happen.
Damn it!
Third time did not happen. The second time going up, it was literally, I'm grabbing onto this briefcase even if the ladder's coming down, and it's coming down with me regardless.
I don't care if it comes willingly, it's coming.
It's coming down with me. You're going down whether you like it or not. That's it. But I remember after that match, I ended up having almost a broken collarbone, which, broken collarbone, serious bruises, bruising internally. I did actually go to the doctor wondering about my kidneys from certain landings from top of the ladder. However, luckily enough, everything was okay. The difference with this elimination style and what's more dangerous, with a ladder match, somebody could be busy with somebody else.
Yeah.
At any time. The problem with this is elimination. This can develop partnerships.
Well, a normal ladder match could.
It could, but regardless, only one person can climb that ladder, and it will dissolve very quickly. Where in this scenario, with the elimination aspect, it will dissolve, but you can have two people
working together till the end.
And then duking it out, between them.
Yeah, I understand that bit. But the reason why I asked is because Money in the Bank started as a ladder match. And I think if you start a concept, no one tries to change the Royal Rumble. Changes the Royal Rumble, do they? The concept has stayed the same no matter where it is. So it's an over-the-top rope concept. Both feet touch the floor and you're out. Last person in gets a title shot or whatever's at stake. Battle Royal, it might be number one contendership, or if it's at WrestleMania, it's for the Andre the Giant trophy. But it's over the top rope. It's a Royal Rumble, and that's how it is. King of the Ring, or if you have a tournament.
Yes, but I think if we have stuff like that with Money in the Bank, that takes away from when the actual Rumble is properly done.
I know, but what they've effectively done, and this isn't a knock on United Wrestling, but what they've effectively done is I think the concept that they've done would have been better off in a King of the Ring.
Possibly.
So because you've had qualifiers, have you not?
Yes.
Okay, so why didn't they start off with 16 wrestlers, the best 16 in Stoke, because there's a lot of talent in Stoke.
Yeah.
And then work that way down to one, for that one to go challenge the champion.
Possibly, but that's the thing with the King of the King of the Ring. They then set the date for it. Where with this concept with the Money in the Bank, it's any championship, any time.
You don't have to. Who says you have to set a date with the King of the Ring?
True, but unfortunately, that's not.
No, it isn't.
My decision.
What I'm talking about now, I suppose, is concepts have been changed, and not necessarily for the better.
It's always different dynamics.
Yeah.
I think that they're trying something new, something different to try and to appease the crowd. Because what's so shockingly in this is there isn't just one fan favourite in there. There's multiple fan favourites, and the question that everyone's wondering at the moment with this elimination is who's going to win. It's almost got the same aspect of if it being a ladder or a rumble. Who's going to win? They don't know.
No. I suppose that's good and bad in a way, but we'll leave that there. It's a conversation that will probably be good with Kelsey's input as well, because both of you do a lot of travelling, and both of you have probably contended in a lot of concept matches. Is probably the best way to put it. So I'll bring that up again next week, because I think Kelsey would probably like to get involved in that discussion.
Most likely, he most likely want to be involved in that and probably see, see where if I'm ready for the year with the 6 man, because not only am I going up against four
Scott, yeah,
which I've tagged with Scott and Tommy Taylor,
but there's also a Squirt in the match as well.
No,
not Squirt.
There's 6 of us.
There's AJ Hughes.
Also, there is one person in there who it's hard. It's going to be hard because he was there the night when I got hit by the chair and he tried to stop it. White Tiger.
So
I'm
White Tiger's in the match, and who else in the match?
We've got
Is Ulton Thorne the last one?
Yes,
the wild card.
There's 6.
Ulton Thorne is the wild card in that match.
Yeah, there's myself, Scott Scarlett, White Tiger, Tommy Taylor, AJ Hughes, and Ulton Thorne.
And out of all of them, Ulton Thorne can be seen as the wild card, because he's got that unpredictability about him.
He has, and he's not exactly.
He does. Luke's a deceiver because he is quick, he is agile.
Very, because I've never been hip tossed over the rope so quickly in my life.
He's very quick, and his strength's very deceiving because he doesn't look it, but he is very deceiving.
He is deceiving. It's hard to describe him.
He has like a Bray Wyatt complex about him.
A little bit, yeah. A little, you could say that. But some of it is sort of saying, is he like the current champion, Barricade?
Yeah.
Now straight away there. This is one dynamic that not many people are thinking. I'm not saying this is going to happen because I'm involved in the match. I'm going to be aiming to win.
Yeah.
Right. What happens if Ulton Thorne does win? Is he, does he go for, the Celtic, which is currently being held by Squirt? Does he go for the tag title, which is being currently held by?
I've got another topic I'd like to cover.
You can see where this is going, can't you?
Yeah, I've got a topic I'd like to cover, but I won't, just because I'm out of positions.
Out of positions?
Because it probably isn't fair on you for me to ask this question.
Ask.
Why have a choice when the main target in any wrestling company should be the heavyweight title? Why would you want to go after any other championship if you've got a choice to go after the main?
I can see where you're coming from with that. However, in that scenario, you could sort of go. Main championship, yeah, it should always be a goal. But if the current champions focus elsewhere, and you could be going for a different record. Like I've been tag team champion.
Yeah.
I've been heavyweight champion, but I've never been Celtic champion. Which I know what you're thinking. Why would you want to when you've got a chance to go for the heavyweight?
Because you'd want the Triple Crown.
There's the Triple Crown effect, but
if your target,
but I'm not saying that is my target.
I just think from a standpoint, if you're having a match where you can go for any title, why would you want to go for anything else? You've just gone through 5 of the best superstars in that company. You've got a chance to take on the best superstar at the time. Why would you want a choice to back out and go towards another title? You
Agreed.
should want to be the best in that business.
Agreed. However, take this one into account as well. Ulton Thorne is sort of possibly aligned with Barricade.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. So, is Barricade going to be very happy that Ulton Thorne's coming first title?
No, but
is
look what Randy Orton did.
True. But
look at every great superstar that has ever done something has eventually had to step out into the open.
Correct. However,
and a world champion like yourself, wouldn't you want to crack at being a 2-time heavyweight champion? Not world champion, sorry, I apologise. Wouldn't you want a 2-time United Heavyweight Championship reign? Wouldn't you like to be known as a 2-time United champion?
Screw it. I'll go out on record right now and say which title I will be going for. Because I don't care if he's listening. And he may be over 6 foot. But I will go for it. I will go for the heavyweight title. And that's my decision. As much as I could say I appreciate I want the Triple Crown and whatnot, but I just think the crowd deserve a more pleasing champion, because I think the fact that Barricade is literally spitting on the fans, coming and going as he pleases. I'm sorry, but no. But that's my personal preference.
But I think that's the same with any sport. If you haven't got the desire to be the best, you shouldn't do it anymore.
That's each their own.
However, if you wake up one day and you're thinking, and this doesn't matter what sport you're in, if it's football and you go, all I want to be is a League 2 footballer. Well, if all you want to be is a League 2 footballer...
True. But
if you start off as a League 2 footballer and have the ambition to be a Premier League footballer, I can deal with that.
However, the situation with Money in the Bank, can change
careers.
And
AJ Hughes, he took a chance. He won the Battle Royal and he went for the Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, he did, but...
Got killed in the process, but...
Killed? He got cheap-shotted. He
took one out of a Baldo bomb.
Which I've been on the receiving end of. Which, let's say that it was literally down, get the smiling insults.
But we'll move away from United at that point.
Well, let me just before we move. Here's another thing that they can also say. What if the person who ever wins it? I'm not saying myself, because I've already declared who I'm going to go aim for. But what if you're somebody who's not quite as big? What if you're somebody like AJ Hughes? Would you straight away answer that? If you're just taking a beating of someone like Barricade, and you're not as honest as as myself, would you want to take on the heavyweight champion after taking such a beating?
Well, AJ Hughes is lacking about 3 inches and about $1.80 on me, so he's lacking about $2.20 on Barricade.
You're seeing Messi's there.
Yeah, like I don't understand where you're coming from, but even so, he may be lacking $2.20 on Barricade and a couple of inches, but
I know what you're saying.
Speed, quickness, and agility, he's got something to counteract the big guy.
I know what you're saying, but not everyone is going to be as brave. Not as everyone's going. He could potentially just go, I can't beat Barricade. Regardless, he's got a lot of friends.
So why would he go after Squirt? Because Squirt's got the same friends. Why would he go after the tag team titles? Because it's Squirt.
Agreed.
Squirt and wrestling.
However,
Mr. Mitchell.
However, this is what I'm on about. However, what if somebody gets that lucky break to take that title away? He could slither in.
Either way, whoever wins that match has got to take on one of the 3 out of that.
Yeah, out of
the trio. So, in this instance, if you're going to take on the trio, you might as well go after the big dog and stop pissing like a puppy.
You can only see where I'm coming from, can't you?
Because otherwise, the big dog will come out and bite you anyway.
But here's the thing. I've already stated who I'm coming for. I've already stated I will be coming for Barricade. The question I'm not going to be telling everybody is when. Yeah,
because if you look at that trio, you've got 2 little whippersnappers like ankle biters with squirted dresses, but both aren't.
However, Stephen Mitchell has done something recently, quite shockingly on the independent scene.
What?
House of Pain.
Yeah.
Heavyweight champion.
Nice.
He's become it. He's become House of Pain heavyweight champion, which is quite.
Yeah. Which is a good achievement. But
but this is what I'm on about.
Compared to
straight away there. But Barricade wrestles in that company.
Yeah.
As well. But straight away there, that group is getting
Powerful.
Powerful.
But how long will it take before Barricade decides he wants another heavyweight championship? Because we both know if Barricade wants something, it's only a matter of time before he gets it.
True, but a part of me wants to crack at Barricade for another reason.
Revenge?
A little bit of history lesson for you. Celtic Championship. He's held it. How did he get it?
He beat you.
But this was during a gauntlet competition.
Yeah.
Barricade is no small slouch.
Well, he isn't small. He's 6'8".
He's built like a brick house. He's known as the monster Barricade. Now I had to go through. Now in this gauntlet match, winner stays on. How I will give credit where credit is due. Welsh Dragon went through 2 competitors.
Yeah.
You know, as he was formerly known as Ace Jordan, AJ Hughes, and Dave Del Vecchio.
Mm.
I'll give credit where credit's due. However, I had to go through my own former tag team partner. I had already gone through a battle, and then I have to come up against the Monster Barricade. Not 100%, but however, he came close. I came close to catching him out, but he caught me off guard, got the big slam, and took the win. Now, a few people even asked me this: would the results have been the same if I was 100%?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Exactly.
Take your chance with Money in the Bank, and we will see. But we'll move on now. We'll
move on
to TNA.
Oh.
And GFW.
Hang on. TNA? You mentioned TNA before I do.
And GFW. There's a reason.
There we go. There we go.
There is a reason. There is a reason why we've come on to TNA, folks.
There is a higher power.
or a king of the mountain in this case. So
no, I just thought to myself as the world coming to an end. Nathan mentioned TNA.
There's a king of the mountain behind it.
Would you care to explain?
Jeff Jarrett has made his triumphant return, and he is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame of TNA.
Yep. That he is.
Now, wrestling being wrestling and politics being very fickle, how much grovelling or what has Dix yet to do to get Jeff to come back? I was about to say something else then, but I won't, because I've already had 2 dodgy looks off Matt Burns today. And the episode isn't even an hour long yet. So I'll
Trouble's brewing. Trouble's brewing.
So I'll keep that one in. But
why is it every time I'm on an episode with you, I always get the theme song of EC3 in my head with you. Trouble, 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 trouble.
So what's Dix yet to do? Apart from...
The question is, everyone always seems to think, what is Dix yet to do? However, it might not be, as complicated as what everybody thinks.
It was, though, wasn't it? You don't leave in an instant like Jeff Jarrett did.
True.
Without it being complicated.
True. However, not always the case. We don't know the full story, and
And the rumours are the boys in the back weren't... Some of the boys in the back weren't happy with Jeff being back.
Well...
Because of what happened with Kurt, Karen...
We're not even going to touch that subject. Well, we could later on, when it all comes out. But for the time being...
Well, it's already out there. People know what's happened if you don't just Google search Jeff and Kurt Angle's history. It'll take you 30 seconds and you'll probably be like, I've missed this.
Correction. It'll take 30 seconds to look it up, and then 20 to possibly an hour, depending on how much reading you're willing to do.
But there was a lot of bad blood, which led to some brilliant matches, though.
Animosity can,
bring the best out, which has been said on one of the WWF Rival Series.
Yeah.
Edge and Matt Hardy. Because they had some quality matches, even though they wanted to kill each other. Like, SummerSlam was the exception, because SummerSlam just turned into a fist fight, which Edge ended.
Oh, post clunk.
Yeah.
Oh, bit of blood.
15 minutes turned into 4.
Oh.
But back to TNA. What's happened? What do you think's happened to bring Jeff Jarrett back?
Don't know.
I have my own theory.
don't know.
But I want to get an answer from someone who doesn't have as much time as I do to come up with this theory.
However, becoming a single entity. The question is...
I don't think it'll be a single entity.
Well, I think there'll be one at the top.
Well,
there's always going to be...
You know, like, it don't matter what species you are or what company you are, there is a higher command.
Exactly.
You know, at the top of this food chain is the Empire, that's WWE. Underneath it's NXT, which is WWE again.
No, correction. What you're saying is, for WWE hierarchy, straight at the top, Vince McMahon, Triple H.
You know, yeah, in religion, there's a God. As followers.
Oh God! You just reminded me of something. It's alright, carry on, you just reminded me of something.
Whereas in the wrestling world, there's Vince McMahon, there's every other company, and then there's the independent wrestlers.
I don't believe it. I'm going to make the reference again. You just put God and Vince McMahon next to each other. In conversation. But I'm going to bring something quite a bit interesting and funny fact about that match, which people may not know that, but we'll say that for later.
For those of you that don't know, Matt Burns has a fixation with the rivalry of Shawn Michaels being partnered with God,
however,
against the McMahon family.
Oh, forget it. Forget saying it for later. I was watching the WWE YouTube clip. 5 things. They brought up music that's been reused. Now, one that I thought was quite shocking is Kurt Angle's music. Kurt Angle wasn't the first one to use it. Now, did you know that?
No.
Did you know who actually used it before you?
Yeah.
The Patriot. The Patriot actually used the same music as Kurt Angle.
Well, Brodus Clay was Mr. Katz Miller.
Well, funny that you mentioned that. It wasn't just Mr. Cat Miller's.
Who else was it?
God's. Visit Man as God was coming down the ring. He just goes, no, you can't just do that. Let's jazz it up a little bit, and played that. So you just straight away play straight into the reference.
But no, like, it doesn't matter, you know, wherever you are in the world, there is a higher person in the food chain.
Yeah.
You know, at work you've got workers, managers, directors.
We don't need to say any more on that. How, you know, straight away, you know, at the moment, you got Global Force TNA.
Yeah.
Now, Honey's going to be on top. Everyone's going to seem to think Global Force will be on top. The people who are in charge may be on top, but which name is more stronger? Which name is more recognised?
Well, if you, like, I'll go on then, I'll put my theory there.
You can see where I'm coming from, can't you?
So, my theory behind this is, TNA asked if they could do an invasion angle with Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor politely told them to go forth and multiply, because Ring of Honor wanted to do something quite similar many years ago when they were getting started, and TNA said no because they didn't want the wrestlers that were performing on TNA television performing on a Ring of Honor television.
It wasn't just that, there was also incidences in ROH to do with certain legal issues.
Yeah, but
regardless of that situation, they could have done it then, but it didn't happen.
No, so Ring of Honor, now that they're in a better position, which they are, have told TNA to go forth and multiply. So TNA, still wanting to do an invasion angle so they can keep their television deal longer than November, have turned to the one man that they didn't want Jeff to turn to, which is Jeff Jarrett. Because Global Force Wrestling, GFW is the 4th biggest wrestling company in America.
Yeah.
Even though it hasn't had television taping yet.
Yes.
People know the brand because of the talent it brings in, and as announced, you know, it is signed, inverted commas, Magnus, Bobby Roode, James Storm.
I'm expecting Loki down there some point.
Loki. It's got
AJ.
AJ Styles?
AJ Styles.
No, I don't think they
I
have.
believe he was because I believe that
But-
Jeff Jarrett is a part of the Bullet Club.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll want to work with TNA because he refused TNA for the Hall of Fame.
Just because Global Force doing a business deal with TNA doesn't necessarily mean he could still sign with Global Force and not be involved with that whole angle. But you'd want him on.
Yeah, but I don't think I think because of personal reasons he'll want to stay out of
He'd
this.
want to stay out of that.
So I aren't including him there in the signings.
Yeah.
But they've also got Tasio Ciampa
Yes.
from Ring of Honor.
Yep.
They've got Luke Gallows.
Who, by the way, isn't just Luke Gallows. He also does another gimmick. That's involved. Oh god, it's a character. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, but I got introduced to. We'll have to bring this up again when Kelsey's here.
Global Force Wrestling have also got Brodus Clay or Tyrus. They've got the Masterpiece.
Yep.
Yeah, if you look at Jeff W's talent pool now, but half of them are inverted commas because their deals with TNA haven't ended, but I think that was part of the deal that Jeff got to use them to get his television appeal across.
Yeah.
Because he's got deals with AAA and everything's still going anti. Like, the one thing Jeff J does is he knows how to co-produce.
Yeah.
And he does that quite well. But it's... TNA needs to be careful because Jeff Jarrett could be going, right, if I can get some of their talent signed to contract, because I've got what I want, they've got what they want out of me a couple of years ago.
Let's move on. The situation that TNA have got to be careful of, they don't fall under a certain trap that Vince McMahon did. Where Kevin Nash got a hold over WCW, if you remember them.
Well, this invasion's different because both companies are getting their stars.
Yeah. You've just got to be careful.
TNA is a bit riskier because TNA are in a financial position at the moment where talent is still not getting paid until 2 months after.
So
they're taping 7 weeks in advance. You know, if Jeff Jarrett wanted to, he could go out and spoil 7 weeks worth of tapings and go, you know what, it ain't worth watching.
I think
however, if you want to see good television and good wrestling from these people...
However, I think Dirt Sheet's doing enough damage on that.
Yeah, but if Jeff Jarrett wanted to put a knife in their viewership, he could just go, that ain't worth watching. However, if you want to see these people given a real chance...
Just do me one favour. If Jeff Jarrett ever does do that, don't do it, Shivani. Moment. That'll put a lot of butts in seats. Because it will backfire.
I won't, you know. The talent is there for a wrestling company to put out a decent promotion. However, the one thing that lets all, I won't say all, but most people down is money.
Yeah. It's not just, you've got to have the financial backing and you've also got to...
Because if you haven't got the financial backing, you can't bring in all the stars that you want to, because...
And if you haven't got this... And a lot of workers want that security.
Yeah.
Where, you know, okay, it's for some places it could be, oh, it's local, I can nip down, help out as much as I can, but there will be a limit.
Yeah, and I think the money issue is what's stopping people like Mysterio signing.
Yeah, what with TNA?
Yeah.
TNA, yeah. Because straight away...
And Morrison.
Yeah. Because, however, Morrison seems to be doing his okay on his own there to Lucha Underground and a few other places.
Well, I think Morrison was smart enough to put most of his WWE money up, like Matt Hardy did. Like, it's no secret that Matt Hardy made his money in WWE.
Yeah.
And now all he's doing is just making enough to tick over. Because he doesn't work every day.
Doesn't need to.
He just works weekends, is it? On the independent scene. And occasionally he'll do the odd week show.
Potentially, or
picks and chooses.
Does his marathon with TNA.
Yeah. But, however, they're all done in like a space of 3 days.
That's the one that massive advantage with them recording so many episodes. The scheduling. He gets more time with his family.
Because his name still means something on the independent scene.
And it's not just that, as seen on TNA.
Or WWE.
As formerly seen on WWE.
And seen on Ring of Honor and wherever else he's been. You know, like, he must be able to charge $2,000.
Who knows what he charges, but can't be cheap.
Let's have a look if I can find quickly out on the internet. So, you carry on with what you want to talk about very quickly, and I'll do a quick search on the internet to see if I can find out how much Matt Hardy would be for a booking.
I think straight away, star power. Some wrestlers, you know, when they're doing bookings, don't always necessarily want the money up front. They could use training seminars, as these done on the UK scene, which I've seen a lot of. You know, you get Americans coming across here, and what can also help American wrestler, you know, who's made it big time, they could possibly do a training seminar which will get a lot of fans there trying to learn, you know, and a lot of wrestlers trying to learn from the best to become the best.
The 29th of June, Matt Hardy cost... Oh, fuck off, you stupid app.
Anyway, shall I continue?
Continue while I fuck this stupid thing off.
And the question is, would they be they could either do 50-50, you know, company could do 50-50 on, you know, on the training seminar, or, you know, pay half wages for the show, and half of the training seminar towards the wrestler itself, or they could do the full training seminar where they've got many people there, or you know, they could pay full up front.
Right, so Matt Hardy,
Mm-hmm.
how much do you think he charges for one night?
Not got a clue.
So, on the 29th of June 2014,
Yeah.
he was charging. This might have changed since, so don't quote me as gospel for this. This is the closest I can find off a quick search.
And this is off a quick search and off the internet, and not everything on the internet is true, or even though some people do believe it.
So, $1,500 plus hotel and transportation,
Ooh.
plus $300 for his wife.
Who is also a wrestler as well.
So, call that $2,500.
About that, roughly. Roughly in that ballpark. Not cheap.
3 bookings, $7,500 a week. That's 30 grand a month. Well, every 4 weeks, which then equates to 360,000.
Insane. That is just insane. But some wrestlers.
And then after, he's got his WWE money taken away as well in the background. You know, making interest and.
Please stop! You're scaring me now. You're actually scaring me.
He's making enough to take over, and TNA supposedly paying double that to do their TV tapings.
And he's not just doing that; he's also got his own company.
Yeah.
As on top, so he's also making money there. So either way,
like people like him don't need WWE.
You get some wrestlers that don't need WWE.
If they've been there, like most people have said, if they could have a good 2-year run in WWE, they could probably be made for life if they're on a decent sized contract.
Potentially, but it depends on what they're.
Like, I know the Great Khali was on $1.4 million,
Mm-hmm.
but he had to pay for his own transportation and everything. Whereas the Big Show was on $1 million, but got his transport paid for him.
Exactly. It's very. It depends on what the individual's goal is.
Yeah.
However, and you know, do they want to be? You know, most wrestlers who are starting off, you know, who are working on the independents are either thinking, you know, the main goal.
Most wrestlers who are working on, who have
just
started on the American independents or British, still have to work.
Correct.
They still have to work full time.
Yeah.
Because to begin with, you can't charge very much because you need to get your name out there.
You need to get your name out there. You need to become more known, and become, you know, develop. You know, work in progress. You know, eventually they'll get big. You know, they'll get big enough name, start traveling, and then they could try and take it on full time. But it's not just that. If they do try to become a wrestler full time, they haven't just got to make sure they've got the bookings. They've got to secure they've got bookings, fair money, but be also at the same time be good enough for that money that they are charging.
So they can go back and do the same bookings again.
On top of it, as well. So, eventually, once you've got your name big enough in one area, they're going to move on to the next area. It's some wrestlers either want to look at the big, look at the end finish. I want to get to WWE there. Where some wrestlers aren't thinking straight away. I want to get to the main company straight away. They're thinking baby steps.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I'm not or whatnot. Because some of them are making it big.
Yeah.
Because they do want to.
Well, the Young Bucks are making a killing.
Correct.
AJ
However,
Styles.
Yeah.
Is, I think on 9 trillion yen.
I wouldn't say making a killing because of the incident that's been happening around AJ.
No, but he's making. I think.
He's making a lot.
I think it's 9 trillion yen, which equates to something like 400,000 US dollars. I think it's either billion or trillion. I can't remember the figure that I saw.
Right. However, some are thinking baby steps first to get there. And even the ones that are doing the baby steps, they can make it big because they're planning it out slowly, but they might not make it big straight away because they're not looking at the end goal. Because straight away, a good point would be to bring up in the scenario of a person who did it by step is Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah.
Have you seen his DVD?
Yes.
Which near the end is quite heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is.
Especially when he brings up the past. And he brings up the fact that WWE were going to have him, but then, sort of said to him, you got an injury here and whatnot.
But if WWE hadn't told him about the injury.
True, but...
Like, there's a lot of lawsuits coming out against WWE at the moment, but...
Yeah. They didn't need to tell him. They could have just put him in their cannon fodder and moved on. But they didn't. In all aspects, WWE has been quite fair lately. Because if you watch Tough Enough, a lot of certain superstars who thought were going to be on Tough Enough had to be let go due to certain illnesses and conditions. But they're sort of getting the chance to go back at a later date when they're fit and ready.
Yeah.
So, as much as everybody could say, WWE, they're the big corporate monster, not always so true. Because
they're the corporate leaders, they have to be seen to be leading and finding injuries.
Yeah.
And looking after people.
And it's not just that. They've also got a policy to do with any if you've been on the payroll, and it's like Scott Hall was wrestling for TNA at one point, but he was also on the WWE rehab program.
Yeah.
Because he'd already wrestled, because he'd wrestled for WWE, they've got a policy where if the wrestler needs help,
they will help them.
They'll help them, as long as they're willing.
Yeah. So we're changing the format of this. Like if it's something worth reviewing, we will. But we're just trying to actually cover the topics that are interesting at the moment. There's a lot of things that don't get covered in wrestling because a lot of people just want to do a review.
As much as we've been doing reviews in the past, we
felt it was time for a change.
We do feel like it's time for change because certain topics are interesting.
Yeah.
And in all fairness, you said it best the last time on the last episode. As much as we could do a review, nobody's going to outdo a review better than WWE themselves because they're the ones who actually put the product out.
It isn't just that. Like, you've got loads of people who could do a quality review, but all reviews are going to be biased. It's like opinions. Everyone's got one. It don't matter if they're relevant or not, So we want to talk about topics that are interesting to us, and hopefully you'll go, oh, fucking hell. I quite like that topic.
That was interesting. That showed some light on something that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
But not only are we going to cover
topics, we also provide theories as well.
Yeah.
Like our theories, because I like having a look into theories behind stuff, But I need to point out, theories are theories. I aren't saying, this is why they're doing it.
He's not saying, this is happening, this is cement.
It's just a theory.
It's a theory. It's not like he's going to hop on saying there's green little men coming down and it actually happens. I'm not saying.
You know, like my opinion at the moment is that the best female group in wrestling at the moment actually belongs to TNA.
I believe that would be...
The Dollhouse.
The Dollhouse.
Which is an awesome concept. But that's just my opinion.
That's each to everybody to their own. However, we're not just going to be covering topics that we're interested in as well.
No, if you want topic covering, we'll cover that.
We'll cover it. You know, even if it's a topic that either Nathan doesn't like, Kelsey doesn't like, or myself I don't like, or it's going to be hard to talk. We want to these questions. We want to put our views onto it. So if you want an honest opinion,
we'll give you one.
Ask us. We will give it.
Right then, we're going to end that there for this week.
Yeah.
Next week we'll be joined by the man that can't fuck off properly.
We'll
be joined by Matt Burns.
However, I will be expecting Kelsey, saying that, he's back,
what better than ever, to borrow out Bishop's song.
And, oh great, legals, due to copyright. But, moving on from that, but, all I will state is, he'll probably be, why am I getting on? He is referencing me head.
I'll be back.
Yeah, but he's not actually saying it.
Get to the chopper!
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
But he'll be back. I'll be back. You'll be back.
I'll be back.
But you've been back enough.
No comment to that.
Yeah, so remember to watch your local wrestling shows.
Well, not just your local, all wrestling. I recommend.
As much as you can.
As much as you can.
Because if you watched all wrestling, you wouldn't have time to go work.
Trust me, folks. Even though I wrestle, I wrestle myself. I've attempted what I actually once attempted. I couldn't remember what day it was, what month, or what week.
You still can't remember what day, month, and week it is.
I can't remember what year it is.
Right then, folks. So remember, watch some wrestling. Keep in touch with us, and we'll be here next week for another episode of The Burning Truth.
That we will. And if you have got any questions, any topics for us to cover, message us. We are a stone throw away, so you can. Where would you say you can contact us?
You can catch us on Facebook. You can catch us on Twitter.
Yeah. Or you can email us.
Yeah, at The Burning Truth.
Yep.
At outlook.com.
Yep.
Or you can catch him at mattburnshop.com.
I don't wonder when that reference was going to be thrown in again.
And I can do it now because he's actually got his own shop, but it isn't mattburnshop.com.
No.
It is.
It's if you just go to my website, which is www.matt-burns.co.uk. My website is there, and if you are interested in merchandise, click on the merchandise page.
So you can buy the Matt Burns merchandise. You can have your feather boa.
You can have your feather boas, you can have your shades, you can be lit up like a Christmas tree. And why do I feel like I'm going to go shawadi?
And then you can find me on Facebook, and if you want to find Kelsey, or the
Big Deal.
He's on there. The Big Deal, is it 1985?
I believe it is. Not 100% sure, but just type in Big Deal Kelsey, you'll find him.
Yeah, I'm giving Kelsey a Twitter push. I haven't even got my own Twitter here.
However,
I'm pushing Kelsey's Twitter and I haven't got one. I've just become a Twitter whore.
And you're always on about me.
I'm pushing you two more. And you can find this fellow at the bad boy, Matt Bad Boy Burns
on Twitter. Matt Burns UK.
I'm pushing that Twitter today for you, Bear.
Oh, I thought so. Or you can email me at mattburns04@hotmail.com.
So other than that, folks, have a good week, stay safe, and we'll be back. We promise next week, none of us are going drinking or fighting or wherever else. So we will be here next week.
We will be back. We may be -1, maybe, but if it is, we do apologise, but we will try and get the trio back.
We will be in the entourage.
Nice reference there.
See you later,
Anyway.
folks.
See ya.